Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Riyad Hussain and this is our lecture number 18 from the course Organic Synthesis. Topic of our today discussion is two group disconnections by considering 1,4-difunctionalized compound. So, our target molecule in this lecture will be difunctionalized compound. It means our target molecule will contain two functional groups and the relationship between these two functional groups will be the even membered relationship. I mean there is 1,4 relationship between two functional groups. One functional group will be present at position 1, then the other functional group will be present at position 4 with respect to the first functional group. Therefore, this is called 1,4-difunctionalized compound. Key concepts. Following concepts will be covered in this lecture. First of all, we will present list of 1,4-difunctionalized compound. We will see some important compounds which contain two functional groups and the relationship between those two functional groups will be 1,4 relationship. Then we will discuss disconnection pattern through beta cleavage. There is 1,4 relationship between two functional groups. Then we will discuss the disconnection pattern of such compounds by considering beta cleavage, and then we will discuss disconnection pattern through alpha cleavage. Alpha cleavage means the bond which is alpha to the one functional group will be disconnected, and beta cleavage means the bond which is beta bond with respect to one functional group. Then we will discuss a specific compound, that is beta ketoester. Then in this by considering beta ketoester we will discuss disconnection and synthesis. After this we will discuss enamine synthesis. Enamine are the compounds in which amine are used as a reactant. I can say enamine are the protecting groups. They react with carbonyl compounds and produce enamine. And the enamine are those compounds which have carbon double bond and then single bond with nitrogen. Enamine. It means these are those compounds which have olefinic double bond as well as carbon single bond NH2 group. Here we will discuss protection and deprotection of carbonyl group by using morpholine base. Morpholine is a nitrogenous base. These are used for the protection of the carbonyl compounds. So under this topic we will discuss the protection of carbonyl compounds with morpholine base, and at the end of the reaction we will deprotect these same compounds and by removing the morpholine base. After this we will discuss disconnection and synthesis of intermediate of methylinomycin. Methylinomycin is an antibiotic drug. We will discuss the disconnection and synthesis pattern of the intermediate of methylinomycin, and then we will discuss disconnection and synthesis of 4-hydroxyketone and 4-bromoketone. So 4-hydroxyketone and 4-bromoketone are the 1,4-difunctionalized compound. We will discuss disconnection and synthesis respectively. So this slide shows the list of 1,4-difunctionalized compound. See the compound number 71, then 72, 73 and 74. 74 is a diol, 1,4-diol. 72 is 1,4-diamine. 73 is 1,4-dihalo compound, and 74 is 1,4-dicarboxylic acid. There are some important cyclic compounds such as the lactone, that is 75. Lactone are the cyclic ester. Lactam. There are some other compounds which are the cyclic amide. They are the lactam, Lactam, lactam. C compound number 76, it's a succinic anhydride. Furan 77, and many substituted furans, particularly furfural-aldehyde 78, a byproduct of breakfast cereal manufacture, and its reduction product 79, and malic anhydride compound 70, compound number 80. And similarly, some unsaturated compound like cis-butyl-diol 81, butyl-diol 82, fumaric acid 83, and levulinic acid 84. And there are many more compounds which have 1,4 relationship and are considered difunctionalized compound. Disconnection of 1,4 difunctionalized compounds. When a beta bond of 1,4-diketone is disconnected, then synthons of natural polarity is obtained. The problem of unnatural polarity also arises in making carbon-carbon disconnections for the synthesis of 1,4 difunctionalized compounds. If our target molecule is 1,4-diketone, that is compound number 1. See here, this is compound number 1. It's a 1,4-diketone. When a beta bond or the middle bond is disconnected, if we start with 1,4-diketone, that is compound number 1, disconnection in the middle of the molecule gives a synthon with natural polarity, synthon 2. See this one, this is synthon 2. This is the synthon of natural polarity, and the source of this synthon is enolate 4. C1, this one. This is the synthon of natural polarity. And one synthon of unnatural polarity, that is A2 synthon. See this one, the fragment 3 is A2 synthon, it's acceptor synthon, represented by some reagent of the kind alpha haloketone 5. The source of this synthon is fragment, the reagent 5, that is alpha haloketone. When, see this is 1,4-diketone. When this beta bond is cleaved, then one fragment will carry the positive charge and the other fragment will carry the negative charge. The fragment 2 is a D2 fragment. D means donor fragment, and it contains 2 carbon atoms. Number 2 carbon present in this fragment. One is functional group carbon, and there is another carbon which is directly bonded with the functional group carbon. So this is D2 synthon, and the source of this D2 synthon is the enolate 4. The fragment 3, which is carrying a positive charge, so its acceptor synthon. The source of this acceptor synthon is alpha haloketone, reagent 5. X is more electronegative atom. When it is bonded with the carbon, then it withdraw electron density from the carbon toward itself and make the carbon electrophilic in nature. So the source of positively charged fragment is that carbon is bonded with more electronegative atom. So when a beta bond in 1,4-diketone is disconnected, then the two fragments obtained nearly possess natural polarity. The reagent, direct reagent present, which are the source of these synthons. Disconnection of alpha bond in 1,4-diketone. Target material is same, that is 1,4-diketone, as we saw in the previous slide. And in that slide, the beta bond was cleaved. The molecule from the middle was disconnected. But here, we will see the disconnection of alpha bond, or we can see the first bond. The molecule is not disconnected at the middle, but the alpha bond with respect to one functional group is disconnected. When alpha bond in 1,4-diketone is disconnected, then we again obtain two fragments. One fragment will possess natural polarity and the other fragment will have unnatural polarity. You might think you could escape this problem by choosing the alternative disconnections, the disconnection of compound number 8. We have more choice here. We can use the A3 synthon 7. See, this is our target molecule, that is compound number 8. When this bond is cleaved, that is alpha bond with respect to one functional group, then we obtain a two fragment. One fragment will carry the positive charge and the other fragment will carry the negative charge. See the left side, the fragment present on the left side. See, when alpha bond of the compound number 8 is disconnected, then we have D1 synthon, that is acyl synthon. The carbonyl carbon is carrying a negative charge, and the other synthon is A3 synthon, because this synthon contains 3 carbon, one functional group carbon and 2 other carbon present in this fragment. So this A3 synthon, this is the source of this A3 synthon, that is fragment 7, is enone. So this enone, the source of A3 synthon is the naturally occurring compound, that is enone. But the acyl synthon, anion, that is the D1 synthon, it's a synthon of unnatural polarity. So alternate way of disconnection of compound number 8, when again the alpha bond is disconnected, then we have an option that the synthon 9 may carry the positive charge and the other synthon may carry the negative charge. So if the negative charge is present at the synthon 10, then it is called D3 synthon, and the compound number 9 is A1 synthon. A1 synthon. This is the naturally polarized electrophile, because the positive charge is present at carbonyl carbon. If the positive charge is present at carbonyl carbon, then it is the electrophile, naturally polarized electrophile. The carbonyl carbon always is electrophilic in nature, because it is directly bonded with more electronegative oxygen, and oxygen withdraw electron density toward itself and make the carbonyl carbon electrophilic in nature. So this is the synthon of natural polarity, and this is another synthon, that is the D3 synthon. See, we can use the A3 synthon 7, this is the 7 with natural polarity, and the source of this synthon is enone. Yeah, this is the source, direct source of this synthon is present, that is enone. But then we shall have to use the acyl anion equivalent, the synthon 6. This is the synthon of unnatural polarity. Reversing the polarity, because we put the negative charge on the left fragment and the positive charge on the right fragment. But here we reverse the polarity. We put the positive charge on the left fragment and the negative charge on the right fragment. Then we obtain the synthon 9 and synthon 10. Reversing the polarity gives us the naturally polarized electrophile and A1 synthon 9 replied by an acylating agent and the homoenolate. And D3 synthon, that is fragment 10, that is the synthon of unnatural polarity. So we can say either we put, when an alpha bond of 1,4-diketone is disconnected, then we can put a negative charge on the left side fragment and the positive charge are on the right side fragment, or reversing the polarity. In both cases, we have one fragment that possess unnatural polarity. The source of that compound is not directly exist. The source of that synthon is obtained through functional group interconversion. Disconnection of beta bond in 1,4-diketone affords synthons of natural polarity. In the previous two slides, we have seen the disconnection pattern of 1,4-diketone. The target molecule was 1,4-diketone. In the first slide, we have seen that what happened when a beta bond is disconnected or the molecule from the middle is disconnected, then we obtain two fragments. Both two fragments are the synthons of natural polarity. And in the previous slide, we have seen that when an alpha bond of the 1,4-diketone is disconnected, then we obtain two fragments. One of the fragment is from possess natural polarity, and the other fragment will have the other fragment possess unnatural polarity. The source of that fragment not exist directly, that will be obtained through functional group interconversion. So here is, we specifically discuss the disconnection and synthesis of a compound. The compound is 1,4-diketone. See the compound number 11. This is compound number 11. This is the beta ketoester. This is ester group. If it's number 1, this is carbon 2, 3 and 4. Beta ketoester compound number 11. We should prefer to disconnect the bond at the branch point. That suggests the synthon 12 and 13. So the middle bond, that is the beta bond which is present at the branch point. It's a branch. This ester group is attached with the cyclopentanone ring over here. So this is the branch point. So the author suggests that disconnect the molecule from the branch point because that point is easy to disconnect. So when the bond beta bond is disconnected, then we have two fragments, fragment 12 and fragment 13. So fragment 12 and fragment 13 are the synthons which possess natural polarity. The reagent for 13 can be the bromoester. See this one, 15. 15 is the source of synthon 13. So this compound naturally exists, but we shall need to choose our enolate equivalent carefully. So the source of fragment 12 is the enolate, that is compound number 14. So we have to choose the enolate equivalent carefully. It should not be too basic. It's a very, very important point. Make it clear. And this is very, very important point. It should not be too basic, as the marked protons in 15 between bromine and ester group are rather acidic. So the compound 14 is enolate. It should not be too basic. As the marked protons in 15, these two protons are acidic in nature because these two protons are present between ester group, that is electron withdrawing group, and on the other side halo group, that is also the more electronegative group, and these both electron withdrawing groups making these proton acidic in nature. If this enolate is more basic, then this enolate will work as a base and abstract these acidic proton from the compound 15, and this will not attack at the alpha carbon, will not act as a nucleophile. If this enolate is more basic, then it work as a base rather than as a nucleophile. So I think you have understand this point, you have got this point. If our enolate, I mean the compound 14 is too basic, then it will abstract the acidic proton from the reagent 15 and not work as a nucleophile and remove the bromine as a leaving group, bromide as a leaving group. So, synthesis of beta keto ester, that is our compound number 11. Lithium enolates and the like are not good choices. If we treat the compound number 16 with butyl lithium, I suggest you to write this reaction. Write cyclohexanone and treat it with butyl lithium, then we have enolate, that is our compound number 15, as we saw in the previous slide, that is lithium enolate. The lithium enolate is a more basic enolate. It will increase the basicity of the enolate. So, lithium enolates and the like are not good choices, but enamines are excellent. Enamines are excellent. The morpholine enamine, compound number 18, is cleanly alkylated by the bromoester 15 and hydrolysis gives the keto ester 11. See over here, this morpholine is a base. Here it will work as a nucleophile. It reacts with cyclopentanone. In our key concept, we have seen that, we have discussed in detail that nitrogenous compounds act as a protecting group for the carbonyl compounds, for the ketone. So here the protecting group for the carbonyl group is the morpholine. In the first step, this morpholine will react with carbonyl compounds and convert the carbonyl compounds into enamine, that is our compound number 18, and this reaction occurs in the presence of proton in the acidic medium, and the molecule of water is released as a leaving group. This enamine work as a enolate. This enamine is the equivalent of the enolate. The lone pair of nitrogen move inward and this pi bond attack at the alpha carbon and the bromine will leave as a leaving group, and we obtain compound number 11. Why we converted the cyclopentanone into enamine? Because when morpholine is treated with cyclopentanone, then the produced enamine work at the principle of enolate, and this enamine is less basic and more nucleophilic. So there is no choice to the enamine that they abstract the acidic proton from the bromoester, but this work as a nucleophile, and the lone pair of nitrogen move inward and the pi bond attack at this carbon, that is alpha carbon, and the bromine will leave as a leaving group. Then the resulting product, the resulting intermediate is subjected to hydrolysis. As a result of this hydrolysis, the morpholine base is removed, is deprotected, and leave behind compound number 11, that is our beta keto ester, and that is our target molecule. Another good choice is the easily made beta keto ester 19 compound. As such, stabilized enolate anion are not very basic. See over here, this is compound number 19. It's a 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. When it is treated with sodium ethoxide, then it abstracts the acidic proton from the alpha carbon and convert it into enolate, and that enolate attack at this carbon, the compound 2, and the bromine leave as leaving group, and it affords compound 20. When this compound 20 is subjected to hydrolysis, then this ester group is converted to hydroxyl group and then decarboxylated in the presence of acid and heat, and it affords compound number 11. So this is alternate way to synthesize compound number 11. Mechanism of enamine synthesis. Morpholine is a nitrogenous base and used as a protecting group for carbonyl compounds. Morpholine, upon reaction with cyclopentanone, produce enamine in the presence of acid, and during this reaction, 1 mole of water is released. Enamine is actually the protected cyclopentanone, because here the cyclopentanone is a starting material. Enamine works at the principle of enolate. Working pattern of enamine is same as the working pattern of enolate. So we can say enamine works at the principle of enolate and added to a alpha bromoester. Deprotection of enamine, the nitrogenous base, is deprotected simply by acidic hydrolysis. See the reaction. The cyclopentanone reacting with morpholine base in the presence of acid, 1 water molecule is released and it produces enamine. We can say it's a protected carbonyl compound and the functional group is enamine. This enamine works as a nucleophile at the principle of enolate, where the cyclopentanone is converted to enamine and not converted directly to enolate. If we treat the cyclopentanone with the base, then base abstracts the acidic proton and it converts this cyclopentanone to enolate. The enolate works as a base. Enolate not work as a nucleophile in this case. This is a specific case. In this case, the enolate will not work as a nucleophile. It not attack at the alpha carbon of the bromoester, but it abstract the acidic proton from the alpha bromoester. When it is converted to enamine, then it attacks at the alpha carbon and the bromine leaves as a leaving group, and it affords this intermediate. And this intermediate, upon hydrolysis, leaves morpholine molecule and it affords our target molecule, that is the compound number 11. Disconnection and synthesis of key intermediate of methylinomycin. Methylinomycin is an antibiotic drug and synthesized through the key intermediate 22. Aldol disconnection reveals a diketoester with 1,4 relationship, and an obvious disconnection next to the branch point 23. The starting material 24 and 25 are available, and these both fragments possess natural polarity. See this one, this is compound number 21. It's a structure of methylinomycin. It's an antibiotic drug. The key intermediate which is used for the synthesis of compound number 21 is the compound 22. It's an alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. When this pi bond is disconnected, then we obtain compound number 23. It's a 1,4 diketone. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 1,4 diketone. The pi bond, that is the alpha beta unsaturated. This pi bond is present between alpha and beta carbon. When this bond is disconnected, then we obtain fragment 23, and this pi bond is formed through aldol reaction. So here is the concept of, here is the hint for the disconnection, because this pi bond is formed through aldol reaction, and that is intramolecular aldol reaction. We have discussed this concept, aldol reaction, in our previous lecture very detailed. I suggest you to go to your previous lecture to clear this concept. If you have formation of pi bond through aldol reaction very clear, then it's easy for you to understand this point over here. If you could not understand here about the aldol reaction, then I suggest you to go to your previous lecture and build this concept. See this one, this compound 23. This is 1,4 diketone. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1,4 diketone. When a beta bond, I mean the molecule is disconnected from middle, or we can say when a beta bond is cleaved, it is cleaved near to the branch point. It means it is easy to disconnect the molecule from the branch point. So it is disconnected over here. It's a 1,4 disconnection. Then it affords two fragments. One carries a positive charge and the other carries a negative charge. So ketoester is the fragment will carry the negative charge, that is compound 14. This compound can be converted to enolate very easily. And the rest fragment, the other fragment, that is fragment 25, it's a fragment of the acceptor xanthan. So the source of that acceptor xanthan is the alpha bromoester, and that is fragment 25. These both fragments possess natural polarity because the direct source of the xanthans are present. Synthesis of key intermediate of methylinomycin. There might be some doubt about the cyclization of 23, but the more highly substituted alkene is preferred in cyclization under thermodynamic control. The compound only 22 is formed, that is highly substituted alkene, and its alternative 26 is not formed, that is the less substituted cyclized product. The compound 24 treated with the base sodium hydride. Base abstract the acidic proton and convert the 24 to enolate, and thus enolate added to the compound 25, that is alpha bromoketone, and it affords 23. The conversion of 23 to 22 or the conversion of 23 to 26 is the very important reaction, and it's a intramolecular aldol reaction. Preferably the compound 22 is formed because it's a more substituted cyclized product, and 26 is not formed because it is a less substituted cyclized product. How the 22 is formed? I suggest you to write the mechanism of this aldol reaction which converts the 23 to 22. When 23 is treated with a base, that is sodium ethoxide, this sodium ethoxide abstracts the acidic proton from here and convert 23 to enolate, and thus enolate attacks at this carbonyl carbon, and after losing a molecule of water, it affords more substituted cyclized alkene, that is 22, compound number 22. This is structure of 26. Theoretically, it is expected that compound 26 may be formed. but this never formed during this reaction. I suggest you to write the mechanism of formation of 26 from 23, because theoretically it is possible that 26 can be formed. The base for the formation of compound 26, this base will abstract the acidic proton from here. This is the alpha proton, and convert 23 to enolate, and this enolate attacks at the carbonyl carbon, and after losing a molecule of water it gives us 26, compound number 26. So this is not formed because it's a less substituted olefin.